Look at that. We have Chris Cortez with us. Chris Cortez with Blue Bamboo Center for the Arts. No, yes, did I do it right?
That's good enough.
That's good enough? Yeah, it's like Ted Bogart I get all the time. He's talented. He brought Elizabeth with him. So let us know, Melissa McGee. What's up, Melissa? I was hoping you'd pop on. And look who it is, Karen Kahn. Your ears should be burning because we were just talking about how amazing you are. So let us know you can hear us and see us. Give us a heart and a thumbs up, because occasionally the owner and operator of this show, meaning me, forgets to turn the volume up and you can't hear good morning. Okay, so she can hear us. We were talking about big kudos to Karen for making the introduction. I got to hear Chris's music this morning. I'm super excited to talk about his history, or at least as much as he wants to share, the guitar, and of course, Blue Bamboo. Blue Bamboo. All right, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, so a little origin. We want to hear a little bit about you. You weren't, I mentioned it earlier, well, of course you weren't born with a guitar in your hand and then you smiled. So give us a little background on you. Maybe you were.
I wanted to be a drummer. And
Did you really? Did you have a drum set?
No, I had a snare drum.
A snare drum.
And I went around the neighborhood making the older kids play guitar for me and playing the snare drum, and I wanted to sing in front of the band. And I went to the music store on my 9th birthday thinking I was going to get a set of drums, and I got talked into a guitar.
So did your parents talk you into a guitar?
My dad did. I think it was a divorce gift. And Mom had said, "Don't you dare bring home a set of drums."
Well, I was going to say, at some point, some parent is saying, "Please do not bring home drums."
That happens, I think.
So did you take it, and did you automatically, were you talented and loved it?
I made the other kids show me how to play a few chords, and I started getting active as a guitar player right away. There was another kid in the neighborhood, and I would go over to his house and play all the time, and he was like maybe a year ahead of me. I remember once I was playing his guitar. He had an electric guitar, which I thought was very exotic. And I was playing his guitar, and I broke a string. And he said, "Oh my God, you broke my guitar!"
Oh.
We didn't know that you could buy new strings.
Oh.
So we snuck out of the house and got on our bikes and rode up to the music store. And the music store guy was real nice, and he hooked us up with a replacement string.
See?
So his parents never found out that I broke his guitar.
But how did you, like, I'm always amazed at musical prodigies, and I'll call you a prodigy, maybe you won't, but in my mind, anybody who can do anything, I mean, I can't even play chops.
I think I had some kind of gift.
You had a gift,
music,
right?
Initially, I don't know, celebrity.
Oh, she was like in Orlando local?
Cortez, yeah. She was, she taught acting. Delta Burke was one of her acting students in high school. Yeah.
She went to Boone then, or she worked at Boone, no?
She taught high school kids in the summer, so it didn't matter what school you went to. I went to Edgewater, and Delta went to Winter Park, I think.
Oh, I thought she went to, but you're probably right, she went to Winter Park.
And yeah, she was already doing the pageant stuff then and everything. I was Smee to her Tiger Lily in my mom's production of Peter Pan.
No way. Yeah. That's a great history.
Yeah.
Does she come back anymore? I remember the house she lived in.
I haven't seen her since way back then.
She was she was amazing.
Me, but I know she'd remember my mom.
See, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So your mom was already theatrical, so she understood a gift.
My sister's a member of the Actors Studio.
No.
Yeah, studied with Lee Strasberg. And it's in the blood.
It's in the blood, and so, but a lot of times when it's in the blood, it doesn't necessarily mean that it goes further than junior high school, basic productions.
Yeah. I got recruited for plays and things, but it became clear real soon that for me, it was about music.
And so how did you progress, like through junior high school? Were you always playing guitar? Did you play professionally? Did you learn how to do all that part? Or were you still doing other things and then guitar was secondary?
And I think it was always in the front window.
Always in the front window. And you sing too?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're developing that though, I think a lot of people, again, because of, well, when we went to school, you're younger than me, but you're sort of in that range where we actually had the arts programs. The kids these days don't have as much access to that. It was really cool that you had it. What do you think was there anybody in there that actually helped you along the way professionally to move forward?
Not really. In fact, I just couldn't wait for high school to be over. And I could have gone to college, and I just couldn't wait to get on the road in a rock band.
All right, so you really took it to the next level. It's like kids when they're 5 or 6, they're like, I'm running away and going to join the circus.
When I was 15.
Did you really?
I had things going on early on.
How did you get the contacts? I think there's a lot of starving musicians and artists.
I have to thank my mom for that first one. There was an audition and I went to this hotel room, and there was a whole bunch of people ahead of me in line, and I waited my turn and got in, and I had original tunes, and that's what they were. That's what
You
it
had
was.
original music. I think that's big.
And they, when I played one of my songs, and they thought of something to do. Hey, what if we changed this one chord? And suddenly I was in, and they flew me to Nashville, and I sang my single.
So you make music. You actually make it professionally. Did you tour?
I've done that, and I've worked casino shows and theme parks, and I've played at Disney for a long time. I was in the Kids of the Kingdom band in the 1980s.
You're an 80s kid like me. I
Yeah.
like it. All right, but I think a lot of people will want to ask, especially a lot of artists watch the show to see what other artists are doing.
Sure.
So do you have any advice for the people today? Because it's a different world, right? Everything's on
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
It's immediate access. Thank you, Ty. It's immediate access. Like, I feel like, though, there's more of a challenge. Not everybody's going to be a Justin Bieber who was discovered on YouTube.
Nor should they be.
Nor should they be.
I think that it is a situation for me that where you should do the thing that brings you bliss and happiness. And I'm
Amen to that.
63 years old, and 5
You
years
look
ago I
good.
came back to Orlando after a long period of time away and decided to build this venue, and it was a dream that a lot of people said, you can't do that, that's really impossible. And my wife and I did it anyway, and I have never been happier in my life. Overworked, yes,
Overworked.
but incredibly happy in my work.
So talk about the venue, Blue Bamboo.
I
Tell
wanted
us
to
all
segue
about
to
it.
that.
You're good at the segues. Look, I don't have to do much in this interview. I'm just going to follow your lead.
Well, I want to get back to the music in a minute because I want to play you the song that sort of ties in with everything. But it's really about doing the thing that means the most to you. If you are doing that, they say you'll never work a day in your life. It's true, and I chose a profession that I enjoy, so whenever I go to work, I just have fun, and that brings other people happiness, and that makes me happy.
I love that.
So the Blue Bamboo is a nonprofit performing arts center that is built in a converted warehouse in Winter Park. It's on Kentucky Avenue, which runs parallel to Fairbanks.
Sure.
We're very near the new Lombardi's location, if that gives you some frame of
Yes.
reference.
Yep.
But as you turn down our street, you go, this can't be it. It's a street with warehouses on it. And when you pull up to our warehouse, it's a very humble exterior. I think we have zero curb appeal. But you come inside, and we have completely rebuilt the inside so that it's a studio quality acoustical space. And you go into the main room where the theater is, and there's a giant 35-foot stage, which is the focal point. There is a beautiful grand piano.
Wow.
We have all the amenities
So there is a
for a
stage.
wonderful jazz concert or
Beautiful.
a classical concert or folk or blues or just about anything. So we've done a lot of things like that. One of the things I'm most proud of in the space is we are a mini economy for local artists. The musicians come in there and they get paid to play, and that is a huge thing for them. And so we've created that opportunity. But there's some other things that have happened. Because we're a nonprofit, we take donations, and we got a sponsorship from the city of Winter Park a couple years ago. And this year we took the money and we invested it in other nonprofits. So here's how this works. We take a portion of the money we got from the city and we stage an event. And the city money pays for the performers and a little bit of our overhead. And then we take the ticket sales and we give that to a completely different charity. So
Wow.
we took Second Harvest Food Bank, it was our first.
I love that group.
And we did a sellout show for them, and they took away about $3,000 in ticket sales. So we were really excited about that, although I think they have the ability to collect larger donations than that. But we felt good about being able to do that. And then the people at Second Harvest got back in touch with me and said, well, because we have buying power, we could leverage that. That turned out to be 11,700 meals.
Wow.
So we were just completely
So you really made
blown
an
away by it.
impact.
Yeah, so it really made an impact, and right at the holidays, it was just before Thanksgiving, so a lot of people got fed that really needed to because of the arts. And we also had a good time. It was a lot of fun. The show was fantastic. Carol Stein was the music director. I don't know
Wonderful,
Carol,
yeah.
But she's spectacular.
I'd love to have her
So
on the show.
we
She's
had
so
a blast.
talented.
Hey, I might be able to introduce
I
you.
like that.
She's a friend of mine.
I'm curious, though, why did you go the nonprofit route?
Well, I think right away, initially our motives were definitely altruistic, but we already had a for-profit company, and we weren't sure if we could raise the money to be a full-fledged nonprofit like CFC Arts is, or
Right.
some of the other places in town. that started out funded. We were not funded when we started out. This all came from our retirement money. We had saved over my wife's 18 years in the corporate world.
Wow.
So we really had limited funds.
She's a saint.
Yeah, she is actually. And but it all kind of worked out. We got once we got up and running, people were starting to donate money to us, and we thought, well, let's give them a tax deduction if we're at the very least. And we started looking into it. And we realized that what we're trying to do in terms of preserving forms of art that might have a hard time finding a home is pretty important. Jazz, for instance, is a difficult way to make a living, but there seems to be a whole lot of musicians here doing it.
Talented musicians.
Yes, very
too.
talented and spectacular. So that folk music is another genre. There are a lot of genres that kind of need a little bit of a propping up, and so we're able to do that. The other thing was, we really did not want to be associated with the concept of a nightclub or a restaurant. We don't have food. We give away popcorn, and it's free. But we have a bar, but just beer and wine. It's a concert hall. And
right.
We want you to come and enjoy the music, but we really want you to be focused on the music. So it's not a place for, to go and, I think, well, lots of romantic hookups have happened probably, but usually on the break between the shows. And I think it's really important. When the house lights go down, the stage lights come up, everybody kind of knows what to do.
Well, I love that there's because I think a lot of times in the entertainment world, you go to something, you experience it, there's a lot of talking, people assume there's going to be a lot of drinking,
Usually
a lot
not,
of eating,
yeah.
And so you're really putting on a show. The focus is the talent.
The focus is on the music itself, and that is hugely important to me. As a performer, I'm frustrated when I play in public and people aren't paying attention. I write songs that have, to me, I think, important lyrics, and you're going to miss the point of the tune if you're not listening. So I need to play in listening environments, and I think that once I realized that was an underserved area in Orlando, that musicians flock to us. That everybody wants to play there because it's that experience that they want to have.
I want that experience as the audience
all
too.
All of us want that. We want to be listened to. So in terms of following my bliss, the way I found out how to do this, I was walking around New York City one day and I was sulking because I was feeling very sorry for myself. My career had not taken off. This was also in the 80s. And I was shocked because I turned the corner and there was a guy there who was painting with his feet. And he was painting with his feet because he'd been born without any arms. Now, the paintings that he was making on the sidewalk were masterpieces. They were all very hopeful.
Wow.
Of him flying. They were self-portraits. And he was flying in all of them. I thought that was amazing.
That's so cool.
There's such this uplifting vibe and attitude from the guy, and it shocked me right out of myself. And then I ended up, about a year later, I finally wrote the song for him while I was taking care of my father, and my father was dying of cancer. And then after I wrote the song and I recorded it, I had an encounter with a family who had a cancer issue, and the mother was dying. And they told me that they would gather around her bed and sing my song. It was the only time that it relieved her pain.
Oof.
And I think those experiences led me to understand that whatever gifts we have, we should develop them for maximum potential, for the good, for everyone. And so that's what I love about the Blue Bamboo, and I'm going to play this song for you.
All right.
It's called The Man for No.
So he's going to play the song, and then at the end, we're going to share all of Chris's contact information.
Did that fly by quickly?
Yes,
Okay.
you're awesome.
So here we go.
All right,
The
what's the
Man
name?
with No Arms.
The Man with No Arms.
The man with no arms is painting today. He stands on a busy street corner. He paints with his feet for the coins that we pay. As the people pass slowly by. The man with no arms had put me to shame. I was drowning in my own despair. For all of my failures, myself I did blame. The man with no arms has made me aware. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do because. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do because. eyes then of weakness within. I had to stop and stare at his courage. He gave me the strength to start again. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do that counts. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do that counts. The man with no arms looks like Jesus. I think now that maybe I'll know. You sent me a message without even speaking. The man with no arms is trying to show. Is that what happens to you? It's what you do about it. Is that what happens to you? It's what you do that counts. Is that what happens to you? It's what you do about it. Is that what happens to you? It's what you do that counts. It's what you do that counts. It's what you do that counts.
Woo! All right, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that was awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm mellow now.
Oh, good.
More mellow than normal.
That's so great.
Wow.
Even
that was
more?
beautiful.
Another rum and coke.
Multiple. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. No, that was beautiful, Chris. Thank you so much. And so, Blue Bamboo
Center for the
Center
Arts.
for the Arts.
BlueBambooArtCenter.com.
And yes, and Karen actually, I think she put a link in there. We're going to share the links.
Thank you,
you so
Karen.
much. The schedule, I bet, is on your website.
is. It is.
So if you want to go out and enjoy some amazing music like Chris just played with people who really appreciate the music and the musician and the art, I think that's what's so critical and important. We're missing it. I don't want to hear you chit chat. It's not like a movie. You're not supposed to talk in those either, by the way. We don't want you to talk in the middle of the performance because I think you're missing out. So thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for being flexible. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Blue Bamboo. You can't forget that, right? Blue Bamboo.
Some
And
people
who did
just
you
call
bring?
it The Boo.
The Boo. Oh, I like the Boo. And who did you bring? You didn't
Oh,
tell
I brought
us today.
Elizabeth. Now, yeah, the Elizabeth.
You gotta tell us that before
you
we
may,
go.
you may. He wanted to hear this. Yeah, I named my guitars, and I named this one Elizabeth because you may see on this headstock, can you get a close up? She's Taylor. So Elizabeth Taylor. I told that joke one night on the bandstand. It's true, I did name her Elizabeth, but it is kind of a funny little way to name the guitar. And one night I told that joke on the bandstand, and a very clever patron said, "How many former owners has she had?"
Yeah, you and I would know that. Elizabeth Taylor, Google her if you don't know who she is. All right, you're a joy. Chris, thank you so much. Blue Bamboo or The Boo?
The Boo.
The Boo. We'll see you back here later. We love you guys. Mwah.
Bye.